Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at this Tascam Model 16 analog and digital combined mixer and multitrack recorder. Let's dive straight in. So in this video we're going to be doing an unboxing of this Tascam Model 16, and then we're going to do an initial review of it and see if we can get this thing going, all in one session, so stick with us. So as you can see, this is a big box, it's really heavy, so let's dive into it and see what's inside. I'll try and open this in a way that you can see it. It feels almost bigger than my studio. So it seems really well packed, really impressed with that. Bit of bracing. European power plug. British power plug. Instruction manual, very, very hefty. That's got to be at least an inch thick. So there's the instruction manuals in two languages, Dutch, Italian at the back, English, French and Spanish at the front. Some interesting bedtime reading. Also in that bag. Some rubberized feet. Now for the moment of truth, let's get this bad boy out. Okay, so this looks really, really good quality. Very heavy indeed. The wood paneling on the side is not real wood, it's wood effect, but it looks good, feels nice, really nice and smooth, gives that vintage feel. So going back a few decades to when I was a kid, I think it was around 13 or 14 when I first got a Tascam home recording studio. It was the 244 model, it was all tape, all analog, and I had a really soft spot for it. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in with this Model 16. Hopefully it'll be a good as companion as my old 244 model was. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do to get the Model 16 up and running is first of all connect the power supply. Plug in the cable and plug in a USB if you're going to connect it to a computer. The second thing is this is your output section, so this is the way your audio is going to come from. So for me, I'm going to plug in my Kali Audio LP6 monitors, and they come into the Tascam Model 16 via these TRS jacks. So I'm going to send them out through the control room outputs. So the Kali Audios are now connected via these TRS left and right control room jacks, left and right, and that corresponds to this CR, which means control room. I normally just leave this at 0 dB on any mixer and control the master output by the master fader. So now we can send audio to the speakers. We've got the USB input and the power input. Let's go ahead and turn it on. The power switch is just here. I'll let you watch the screen as I boot up. Now once you've inserted your SD card into the slot, it may ask you to format it. The device will prompt you to do that. Once you've done that, you want to look for a firmware update, and the way to do that is to go to the Tascam website, and we scroll down the page a little way. We can see here system software and firmware. So version 1.3 is the latest, so that's what I have already downloaded, and I've put that into the Model 16 already. So as well as downloading the firmware, you may also want to download the driver settings and panels. So just here underneath drivers, you can hit download, and you can see in the bottom corner there it's downloaded. Tascam Model 16 mixer installer. So one thing I noticed was that the Tascam Model mixer installer is version 1.2, which is not to be confused with the firmware update, which is version 1.3. They're different pieces of software, so don't worry, they don't correspond. They don't need to both say 1.3. So the license agreement, agree and install. And this now basically allows your computer to send the information, the audio, to your mixer and vice versa, to receive the music from your mixer back into your DAW. At the moment, I've not plugged the other end of the USB cable in, so it's registered as not connected. And one thing you can do to check that everything's working okay from your PC end is just if you right mouse click on the speaker down there and go to open sound settings, or go to Cortana and open your audio or sound settings, you'll see that the output is now speakers Model 16. So don't be hunting around for the word Tascam Model 16, it's just called a Model 16. And your input device is also microphone Model 16. So now we've got the Model 16 connected to the computer, I'll show you how to install the latest firmware. Hit the menu button, it then takes you to this menu. Use the jog wheel to scroll to the bottom and then go up one to storage, press enter and switch to storage mode and then say yes. And now your Model 16 is running in SD card storage mode. So if we flick back to the computer, we can now see all of these files are actually on the SD card in the Model 16 and we have access to them. So having just downloaded the firmware update, you then drag that file and drop it in this folder here called the utility folder. So once we've done that, we can eject the mass storage device and then go back. So now the new firmware is on the SD card, which is inside of the Model 16. So now we can go ahead and disconnect from the storage mode. So now we've exited SD storage card mode. All we've got to do is turn the device off using the power switch at the back. So now I've turned the Model 16 back on, everything's working perfectly, the update to the firmware happened automatically. What I've decided to do is send my audio from my DAW left and right stereo mix into channels 11 and 12, latch onto PC mode so it can communicate with the PC or the laptop, and that means I only occupy one fader, which is obviously split between 11 and 12, so it's stereo left and right. I don't have to do anything with the panning knob because obviously 11 is left and right is number 12. The other thing I noticed was that it automatically fed sounds from the PC, not from the actual music software, but just through the actual PC sounds into channels 1 and 2, which obviously I've had to pan left and right. And again, they are on PC mode. So if you don't hear any audio coming from your PC, it's very likely that it's trying to output it onto channels 1 and 2. So just increase the faders, engage the main switch, pan left and right because channel 1 is left and channel 2 is right, and then across on your master output, make sure that your main fader is up. So now you're going to hear what's been sent to main. I'm also feeding my signal through the control room outputs, so that's why I have that fader up as well. Okay guys, I think that just about does it. The first installment on this Tascam Model 16. I'm sure we're going to have lots of fun looking at what this thing can do, but that's the first overview. So I'll catch you again soon guys. Okay, bye bye.